Hi, Riverbats. Thank you so much for tuning in to a very exciting ACC Experts. My name is Elaine Rodriguez, and I am the social media coordinator here at Austin Community College. And this week, we've been asking you to send in your questions, and we are ready to share some insight, some guidance, and tips on how to be a successful online student. Today, we are joined by Jessica Vess, the Director of Communications here at ACC, as well as Tasha Hussey, our ACC Online Expert.
This is the first time we're actually bringing this segment to everybody virtually. And of course, that's a lot of what we are all going through right now. We've had to learn how to adjust to working remotely, teaching remotely, and learning remotely. And that's why we're here to talk about how to do this successfully. Tasha, of course, one of our best experts at Austin Community College about how to be a successful online student. Tasha, we are excited to have you with us today for the ACC Experts Town Hall.
Thanks for having me, Helene and Jessica. Online learning may feel like an entirely new world for many students, but once you figure out the ins and outs, it can actually be a great learning environment. Our faculty and staff have been working for several weeks now to examine what a virtual environment would look like at ACC. The key to making sure that every student has access to the support they need at every step along the way. So at ACC, we made some changes to expand our free tutoring services all online. We've done the same thing with advising, library services, and support for financial aid, admissions, and records. That's part of what's been happening that during that extra week after spring break. But here's the thing that all students should remember. It's okay to feel like the transition is tough. You know, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of changes in our world, and you're going to be asked to pivot a lot. So hang in there, ask your questions, and we'll share some advice and tips to keep.
So true. Thank you, Tasha. I know it has not been the start of the semester that anybody expected, but now here we are midway through making this transition. So we appreciate your advice and guidance. I do want to get straight to the questions because we have been getting a lot coming to us through our post and in our direct messages on social media. So one of the first one is something I'm sure everybody out there actually wants to know. What are the tips for students who are not used to this online environment, and what does it take to be successful online?
There are definitely some key things that every online student can do to ease the transition. First, know the technology you need and get it. ACC is here to help students who have equipment and technology needs. There's a simple form to fill out if you're in need. Check the student page on the website and submit that form if you have a need for equipment. We've distributed hundreds of iPad kits to students just this week. Second, find your study space. It really helps to have a dedicated space where you can sit down, concentrate, and do your work. Third, don't procrastinate. It may feel like it's easy to put off an assignment or two, but it could quickly get overwhelming if you suddenly are scrambling to get everything done at the same time. So to tackle each assignment as it comes to you, even if that means just setting an appointment on your calendar so you get reminders when things are due. Fourth, you are not alone. That's one thing that's extra helpful right now is the community we're building among our classmates and our faculty. You're all going through this together, so turn to one another. And remember, ACC support services are also still available. We've transitioned everything online so you can still get advising, free tutoring, academic coaching, take advantage.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's a big thing too, because it's trying to figure out how do I get the things that I'm used to going on campus and actually talking to someone face to face with. And you can still do that just virtually right now. The next question I'm going to get to is about financial aid. And someone asked, how will this change affect financial aid attendance to show that we are still attending our classes regularly?
Yeah, so most students shouldn't really see an impact, but we all have unique situations. So Student Affairs recommends that any student with a question, make sure you check in with your financial aid counselor. They're here to help look at your situation and provide the best advice for your needs.
Okay, our next question actually kind of touches on a little bit of what you talked about a moment ago, but it's about counseling and wanting to know, is counseling itself still available?
Yes, absolutely. In fact, we all just transitioned the counselors to telemental health. So you would go through the same process to make your appointments, and then one of the counselors will reach out to set up the appointment and explain how to get connected with them via video chat.
Thanks, Tasha. Let's go ahead and move over to some questions around grading. And we know that the college announced recently about the pass, no pass grading option. So explain that a little bit and how it may or may not impact GPA and class credit.
Yeah, for spring and now summer semester too, ACC is offering students the option to choose either pass or no pass grade instead of their alpha grade. That means that at the end of the semester, when you see your final grade, you'll have time to decide if you want to keep that grade or opt for a pass, no pass option instead. So if you choose pass, it will not impact your GPA, but you still get class credit. Any student who's considering this option is also encouraged to chat with their advisor or counselor to look through their unique situation. So it's not a decision to be taken lightly, but ACC is here to support you in that making that decision.
That's a key to so much, I think, of the successful transition here is knowing, talk to someone in this environment. You mentioned this just now, and let's get a little bit deeper about the summer classes because we just heard a couple of days ago that we are moving all of those online now too.
Yes, it's hard to make a change in the middle of the semester. And as much as we want to return to business as usual, as soon as possible, we also want to minimize the disruption. So all summer classes will be held online. Those courses that include a face-to-face component could come back as early as July 6th, but those decisions will need to be made close to that time. So check out the schedule and start planning now. The summer is a great time to stay on track.
Thanks, Tasha. And of course, all of that information will be online. You'll get information in your email. So keep an eye on all of those channels too to make sure you're getting the latest information. And Tasha, getting back to some of the advice, one student asks us, how often should they check in with their professor, especially in this remote environment?
Oh, we get this question a lot. Treat your online class like you would your normal class. And if anything, reach out more often, especially right now, because this is a change from you expected this semester. If you have a question, reach out. It doesn't matter how often, your professors are here to help you, and so are your classmates.
Okay, we're getting a little close to the end, Tasha. So I'd like to find out what you think are the best ways to stay organized.
Yeah, it get back to some of the top tips. Have a dedicated learning space. Don't procrastinate. Ask questions when you have them. Turn to the advisors, the coaches, the tutors that are there. There's not one single way to make online learning work. Every student takes their own approach. You'll have to figure out your rhythm too.
Thank you, Tasha. Thanks also for joining us for this virtual ACC Experts event. I know it's been an interesting change of pace, but that's what we're getting used to right now. And I think with these tips and advice lessons, we can all make it through this a little bit more smoothly. I think the big key takeaway that you mentioned over and over again here is reach out to someone, talk to someone, even if it's your professor, if it's a faculty, if it's another staff member, advisor, counselor. They're here to support you because this is a change from anything we all expected, and we're going to make it work. Elaine, we're going to kick it back over to you now.
Thanks everybody for tuning in today. We know you probably still have questions and we are here to help you. So go ahead and send us a private message or comment down below and we will address them for you. And for the latest updates, we are updating our website daily. So be sure to tune in to austincc.edu/coronavirus. And thank you all again for tuning in to the virtual town hall ACC Experts. Bye.